so yesterday I was at my local hardware store, and it's actually where my brother works at, my real brother. And when I was there, I picked up this 3/4 inch conduit here. And like a bonehead, I didn't think beforehand about where I should park so that way I could load 10-foot long conduit into our van here. So I ended up having somebody park behind me. So I had to be really careful as I loaded the conduit into our van here. And yes, I know I could have parked somewhere else, but I just didn't feel like moving. And yes, I got them all in there without damaging anyone else's car. Don't spread apart. Oh, can't forget the teeth. Whew, that could have been smoother. Alright, we'll set it here. A little workstation right there. Alright. You see that right there? This right here. A hole in my door. No, I didn't just do it with the conduit there. One of my boys was pretending an object was a spear and accidentally projected it, and then it put a hole right there in my door. So, before I move on, I want to fix this. That's the one we need here. Come on over, boys. You can help me out with this. I'm not going to say which one of these boys that it was, but they're going to help me out. Alright, so we got our tape here. Have somebody come on inside here. Come on in there. Grab that piece of cardboard in there and just press it against it. See if that'll make it flat. Alright, yeah. Alrighty, let's go. Come on. Right here. Press against there hard now that I got it. Yep, like that. Like that. Alright, press it against it. Yep, press against it. Cut this off. Press again. Alright, should have got the label off here. Go, and I think I'm gonna put some more on the inside too. Put some here.
Don't do anything else.
Yep, press against it from the outside. Alright. Alright, pressing?
Yes.
Alright. This isn't just regular clear tape. Alright. Let me get dirt on there. Alrighty, boys. Let's see here. Not as pretty as it was, but the tape definitely helps out seal our door here. Alright, boys, so no more spears at my high tunnel, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thinking of spears, I can't help but think of Indiana Jones or Ace Ventura too. We're just like, yeah, alrighty then. My high tunnel here is a DIY project that I have been working on for a couple years now, doing a little here, a little there, gradually working on and adding to it as I'm able to. And when I first set it up, I used the Bootstrap Farmer hoop bender to bend top rails to form the hoops for the structure. Set those in place, covered it with plastic, and we have been growing tomatoes and cucumbers mostly in here for a number of years now. And I've just been gradually trying to add to it. I've also recently added a door on the end wall here, but there's still some other things that I want to do to improve on it. Chilly outside, but it feels good in here. Sure does, but we got our work to do in here. Look at all of this that we got to clean up. Man, that cat over there is just having a good old time rolling in it. Last year was probably at the top of the list for my worst gardening years ever here on our farmstead. And we did have things like okra and cabbage that did really well, but that's mostly because my daughter Selah stepped up and took care of that. But areas like here in the high tunnel, they really just crashed because I was dealing with the injury last year and recovering from that, and I just wasn't able to put the work in like I have in the past. So a lot of work involved in having to clean this up. But I do have an idea of how we can get this done in like an hour or so. I know that sounds crazy. And the idea is a little risky, but let's see if we can get this done as quick as possible. But before we do that, before we work on getting it cleaned up in here, we need to get our conduit set up because it's going to work hand in hand with my idea. Later. Not yet. All right, boys, let's lift. Yep, tries on the end. Pipe it down there in the middle. All right, here we go. All right, so back up a little bit, and then now we're gonna go that way. Yep. Yep.
Hold on.
Side, yep, go wider. I might have to go up a little high to not hit the tree here. There we go, gotta get around it. All right, come on over. Keep coming. You decide you're gonna start going through the high tunnel. Yep, right there. Yep, right in there. Probably could have, should have. Install these, just lay it all out like this. Anyways, that's what I would do if I had to do this one again different. You're just laying out all the pieces along here and then screw them in place so we wouldn't have to move them. Ventilation is extremely important for greenhouses, high tunnels, low tunnels, caterpillar tunnels, and whatever else kind of tunnel is related to that because there needs to be air circulating through there, particularly during the warmer months. It helps to reduce diseases and pests and other things just to keep your plants healthy and producing. So what we've done in the past with my high tunnel here is we would just roll side like this, put this strap, connect the strap in, and then I'd have to do that for each one of the hoops. And on both sides, so we're trying to graduate from that. And this conduit here will help us to do that. All right, Josiah, next we're gonna take the conduit and put it on the inside of our plastic here. Let's see here. Grab the pole and pull the plastic all around inside. Figure out how much we need to cut off. All right, just like I did this piece right here, plastic all around on the inside, just like that. Pull right there. All right, I want you to head on the inside and pull it. I'll pull the pole close, and you pull it to you, pull the plastic up. Yep, let's just do that all the way down. Here, Josiah and I went alongside the length of the high tunnel, straightening out the plastic, pulling it tight around the conduit. All right, we are getting there. We're getting there. Yep. Cut off some of that excess there and there. But let's do this first. About a foot, which is more than that, outside there. Let's just pull that in. So, say you wanted about at least 8 to 12 inches away from the structure there. We got that covered. Give me a sledgehammer. Come around. Hold my ladder. Come on this side. And really the excess was longer than what we needed, so I cut part of it off. And for attaching the conduit to the plastic, I decided to recruit the whole family to help us out. Josiah was on one end of the conduit, while Selah and Hezekiah are on the other end, with Micah on the inside, lifting up the conduit as I tape the plastic onto the conduit. And Lacie was the camera girl, capturing it all on footage. And I went alongside the conduit, taping the plastic to it using Gorilla Tape. And I did this to make rolling up the plastic much easier. Then it was time to roll up the side to see if it would actually roll up correctly.
Oh, what, like this?
Thank you. Exactly what I needed.
Mom, look at that.
It's crisp, what I was looking for. Then after all of that, it was time to set up for the risky part of this project. And for that, Josiah propped open our high tunnel in-wall door, and I rolled up the other side like we've done in the past. But I do plan to set up some conduit and a bootstrap farmer's sidewall crank on this side as well. And I hope to do that one day soon. And also, before we continued, we cleaned out the high tunnel from the random items that got sat in here over the past few months, as well as removed some burnout weeds that could potentially catch my high tunnel on fire. Then we took a lunch break. Alright, this next part is a little risky. We'll try our best to minimize that risk. And also, I don't want to get too hot. Ooh. So, I'm just going to take these off. Alright, get something to eat. Let's get back out there. So, all that setup and prep work took a little bit longer than I thought it was going to take, but I think this part here should be the part that it should roll fast. It shouldn't take more than an hour or so, but hopefully everything will go all right. For you. All right, Micah. So what I want you to do is just be on standby here, all right? And if you see anything get out of hand, you just dump some water on it, all right?
Okay.
All right. I also set another water bucket up on the other side. And since Josiah is older, I told him, Josiah, I'm going to entrust you with the riskiest part here. There's a lot of just brown stuff here. So this is your line here. Just make sure nothing gets past you. So if you see anything get out of hand, Micah's got his spot, but just watch other areas, especially when we get to the left side. We're gonna start your right side first, do this side, go from there. All right, so this is a little risky because we got a good amount of brown material in here that could burn really easy. And also, we've been recently under a burn ban. So thankfully that got lifted after we had some rain come through, which we really needed because things were just dusty and just dried out. And there were wildfires in different areas not too far from here. So we're gonna try not to burn anything down or create any wildfires ourselves. And hopefully not burn my high tunnel down in the process, because if I burn it up, I don't have enough tape to fix it. But, all right, boys. Got my boys in position. Mike, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Ready to decide?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's do it. Go, boys. We also should have a good amount of ventilation if anything does start to smoke. Got the door open, got both side walls open, and that end down there completely open near the side. All right, let's burn this stuff up. Flame weeded in my garden, I don't know how many times. And usually when I'm doing it, I'm doing it on green plants that there's not really any smoke involved at all. And this was the first time that I was going to be flame weeding in my high tunnel with this much brown material. And with this in mind and us having airflow in here, I was thinking, there'll be smoke, but it ended up being more smoke than I expected. I did have one mask on, but I was like, I don't know what you're thinking, because that is not enough with this smoke. So I ended up upgrading my mask to a respirator mask, as well as some swimming goggles to keep the smoke out of my eyes. You ready at your spot? And it had been pretty windy days prior to this, so much so that we couldn't flame weed in here. But today there was very little wind, just a little bitty breeze. So I needed a little bit more air to flow through there to help direct the smoke out of there. So we added a fan to help out with that. And it did help. And with us having burned so many fires over the years on our homestead, the kids are pretty used to it and pretty much know what to do. But Michael was just a little bit too eager to do his job sometimes.
No, it's okay.
But I am really thankful to have had their help. They know how to stay away from the smoke and how to act around the fire. So overall, they did a really good job staying safe. And with their help, I was gradually making progress, burning up these weeds. But yet, not burning down the high tunnel in the process.
Gonna start getting more emphasis down here with the sun. Down here with the sun. Gonna start getting more emphasis. Listen up. Up there. Can you hear me better if I do that?
Barely.
When we started off, I started in a section of the high tunnel that really wasn't that bad with brown material. But the other end, where Josiah was, had a lot more. And I want to be the one that does the more riskier things. Because it's my job to protect them, right? Yeah, I really only wanted me inside the high tunnel with as smoky as it was in here. Wanted to keep them out, keep them safe.
My vision in these goggles is terrible. But I gotta have them because my eyes start to burn. I don't have them all. Yeah. All right.
The snorkeling goggles did do a good job keeping the smoke out of my eyes. However, the visibility wasn't ideal for me, so I decided to switch goggles, as well as get a little bit of a breather. But as I was doing so, the kids were laughing at me about something, and I was wondering, what are you laughing at? What? Huh? Do I look weird or something? Then I went right back at it, but this time with a different pair of swim goggles on. And then it was time to do the worst section of this high tunnel.
Alright, Josiah, coming your way. Alright, get the dry stuff here, be ready. Oh boy. Oh dear. Here we go. Make sure it doesn't get out of control.
And this was the smokiest part. The kids used common sense to get away from the smoke. But even though they had backed away, they stayed ready for when I needed them.
Everybody okay? Alright. Doing well, just hang in there. Stay out of the smoke. Yep, I told you to be ready. Oh, hold on. Calm down. Watch this piece right here, yep. It burned a little bit.
But after that part, finishing up the rest wasn't that bad. And overall, burning everything up in the high tunnel took around an hour, just like I thought it would have. But if we would have done this by hand, weeding all that out, it would have definitely taken a lot longer and would have been a lot harder on us for sure. I do smell like a smoker after all of that. But we did water everything down thoroughly and still have some more to do on that. Like I mentioned before, I still want to do another sidewall crank on the other side, as well as I plan to redo the block around the high tunnel and plant some things in there, put some landscape fabric down and some other things. But I wanted to get this knocked out quick, so that way we can go ahead and get things planted in here as soon as possible. And as always, any of the items, tools, and things that I feature in my videos, I do include them in the show notes below. But I think I'm gonna go take a shower too. See you next time.